What if I told you that the greatest invention in human history made us shorter, weaker, sicker, and forced us to work 3 times harder than our ancestors? And yet, without it, you wouldn't be watching this video. Your city wouldn't exist. Your language, your technology, your entire civilization. None of it would be here. This is the story of agriculture, the invention that built everything and nearly broke us in the process. Picture this. It's 12,000 years ago. You wake up as the sun rises over an endless savanna. There are no alarm clocks, no jobs, no bills to pay. You're a hunter-gatherer. And anthropologists will tell you something surprising. You've got it pretty good. You work about 15 hours a week. The rest? Socializing, storytelling, creating art. Your diet is incredibly diverse. Nuts, berries, fish, game meat, wild vegetables. You're taller and healthier than your descendants will be for the next 10,000 years. There's just one problem. Your world is chaos. One week, the valley is full of deer. The next, they've migrated, and your tribe is starving. Winter comes, and half the children don't survive. A drought strikes, and you're forced to travel hundreds of miles to find food. You are free, but you are vulnerable. Every single day is a roll of the dice. And humans, we don't like uncertainty. So here's the question that changed everything. What if we didn't have to chase our food? What if we could make it grow where we wanted it? What came next would reshape the planet itself. Now, here's what you need to understand. Nobody invented agriculture. There was no genius who woke up one morning and said, "Hey, let's plant seeds." It happened slowly, accidentally, in at least 7 different places around the world, completely independently. The Fertile Crescent in the Middle East, the Yangtze River Valley in China, Mesoamerica, the Andes, Sub-Saharan Africa, New Guinea, Eastern North America. Imagine a woman 11,000 years ago, somewhere in modern-day Turkey. She's gathering wild wheat. Some seeds fall from her basket on the way back to camp. Next year, she notices wheat is growing near the camp, right where she dropped those seeds. So she tries it again, deliberately this time. And slowly, over generations, something extraordinary happens. The wheat begins to change. Wild wheat has tiny seeds that shatter and scatter in the wind, perfect for spreading in nature. But humans kept selecting the seeds that were bigger, that stayed on the stalk longer. We were accidentally engineering our food. Fast forward 2,000 years. Wheat is no longer wild. It can't survive without humans planting it. And humans? We can't survive without wheat. We had domesticated plants. But here's the twist. Plants had domesticated us. Think about that. We didn't choose farming because it made life easier. We stumbled into a trap. A delicious, productive, inescapable trap. Here's where the story takes a dark turn. Because the data shows something shocking. The first farmers were miserable. Skeletons from early agricultural societies tell a brutal story. Average height dropped by nearly 6 inches. Lifespans shortened. Bone diseases skyrocketed. Tooth decay became endemic. Signs of malnutrition appeared everywhere. Why? Because hunter-gatherers ate 100 different foods. Early farmers ate 3: wheat, barley, and legumes. They worked 40 to 60 hours a week, triple what their ancestors did. Clearing fields, planting, weeding, harvesting, grinding grain, back-breaking endless labor. Diseases exploded. When you live in permanent settlements, surrounded by your own waste, with domesticated animals spreading parasites, plagues become inevitable. So why didn't they just Stop. This is the trap. 1 acre of wheat feeds 10 times more people than 1 acre of wild game. So farming communities grew. They had more children, more mouths to feed, which meant they needed more farmland, which meant more work, which meant more people needed to do the work. It was a one-way ratchet. Once you started farming, there was no going back. Hunter-gatherers nearby saw these sick, exhausted farmers and thought, no thanks. But then the farmers' population grew so large, they expanded into hunting territories. And the hunter-gatherers had a choice, farm or be displaced. Agriculture didn't spread because it made life better. It spread because it was unstoppable. But then something happened that changed everything. For thousands of years, farming was brutal, but it was stable. Then came the innovations. The plow, invented around 3000 BCE in Mesopotamia. Suddenly, one person with an ox could do the work of 10 people with digging sticks. Picture a farmer walking behind his wooden plow, watching the earth turn over in dark, rich furrows, knowing this single tool had just changed what was possible. Irrigation systems transformed deserts into gardens. The Sumerians built canals. The Egyptians harnessed the Nile's floods. The Chinese terraced mountainsides. Crop rotation, discovered independently across continents. Plant wheat 1 year, legumes the next, let it lie fallow the third. The soil recovers. Yields double. Humans were learning to hack the earth itself. Fast forward to the Middle Ages. The heavy plow arrives in Europe, with an iron blade that could cut through thick northern soils. The three-field system spreads. Windmills and watermills mechanize grain processing. And here's what nobody expected. Agriculture was creating everything else. You need farming before you can have cities, because cities require food surplus. You need cities before you can have specialization. Blacksmiths, merchants, scribes, priests. You need specialization before you can have writing, mathematics, astronomy, philosophy. The entire pyramid of civilization rests on one foundation: the ability to grow more food than you need to survive. Every book ever written, every symphony, every scientific discovery, every work of art, all of it exists because a farmer somewhere grew enough wheat to feed a scholar who didn't have to hunt for dinner. Then, in the 1700s, everything exploded. The agricultural revolution in Britain. Jethro Tull invented the seed drill, a machine that planted seeds in neat rows at consistent depths. Sounds simple, changed everything. Before, farmers scattered seeds by hand. Half were eaten by birds or washed away. After, precise, efficient, minimal waste. Turnips. Yes, turnips became revolutionary. They could be grown in winter, fed to livestock, which meant animals didn't have to be slaughtered every autumn. Fresh meat year-round, more manure for fertilizer, richer soil. The Norfolk four-course rotation: wheat, turnips, barley, clover. No fallow years. Continuous production. Britain's agricultural output doubled in a century. But here's the cost: enclosure. Wealthy landowners fenced off common lands that peasants had used for generations. Millions lost access to farming. They flooded into cities, desperate for work. This wasn't just an agricultural revolution. It was a forced migration. The birth of the industrial working class. Picture a family that had farmed the same land for 20 generations, watching fences go up around fields their ancestors had planted. They had two choices: starve or move to a smoke-filled factory town. Progress and devastation at the same time. Then came the 20th century, and farming became warfare. The Haber-Bosch process, invented in 1909, pulled nitrogen from the air and turned it into fertilizer. Artificial, industrial, unlimited. Crop yields exploded. The global population tripled. Half of the nitrogen in your body right now came from the Haber-Bosch process. This invention literally built half of humanity. But it required fossil fuels. Natural gas to create ammonia, petroleum for tractors, pesticides, transportation. Farming, which had always been powered by sun and soil, became powered by oil. We had won the war against hunger, but we'd made agriculture dependent on a resource that would run out. What came next was completely unexpected. 1960s. The world was on the brink. Population was exploding. Famines were predicted. Paul Ehrlich wrote The Population Bomb, claiming billions would starve by the 1980s. Then a plant scientist named Norman Borlaug did something extraordinary. He bred new varieties of wheat, short, sturdy stalks that wouldn't fall over under the weight of massive grain heads. Combined with irrigation and synthetic fertilizers, these miracle crops produced 3 times the yield. Mexico's wheat production sextupled in 20 years. India was importing food to prevent mass starvation. Then they adopted Borlaug's wheat. Within a decade, they were exporting grain. Pakistan, the Philippines, China. Norman Borlaug saved 1 billion lives. He won the Nobel Peace Prize. And he knew it wasn't enough, because the Green Revolution came with hidden costs. Small farmers couldn't afford the new seeds, fertilizers, or irrigation systems. Wealthy farmers thrived. Poor farmers were forced off their land. Monoculture replaced biodiversity. Instead of dozens of crop varieties, entire regions planted one type of wheat, one type of rice, more vulnerable to disease, less resilient to climate change. Pesticides and fertilizers poisoned rivers. Aquifers were drained. Topsoil eroded at catastrophic rates. We were feeding more people than ever before, but we were mining the future to do it. And then technology accelerated again. GPS-guided tractors, drone surveillance, soil sensors, genetic modification, CRISPR gene editing. Precision agriculture, where every square meter of a field is monitored, optimized, controlled. You're a modern farmer now. You sit in an air-conditioned cab, watching screens that show soil moisture, nutrient levels, pest infestations in real time. Your tractor drives itself with centimeter accuracy. You're producing 10 times more food per acre than your grandfather did, and you've never felt more disconnected from the earth. So here we are. Agriculture feeds 8 billion people. It's the foundation of everything we've built. But it's also the largest driver of deforestation, responsible for 25% of global greenhouse gas emissions, the leading cause of biodiversity loss, depleting aquifers faster than they can refill. We've become so good at farming that we're destroying the systems farming depends on. The irony is staggering. The invention that let us settle down, build cities, create civilization, is now destabilizing the climate that made that civilization possible. Vertical farms in abandoned warehouses, lab-grown meat, AI-designed crops that need 90% less water, regenerative agriculture that rebuilds soil instead of depleting it. We're trying to invent our way out of the trap we invented our way into. And maybe we will, because that's what agriculture has always been. Humans refusing to accept limits. 12,000 years ago, we weren't content to wander and hunt. We wanted control. We got it. And it changed everything. Every time you eat, you're participating in the longest-running experiment in human history. An experiment that's fed billions, sparked civilizations, and nearly broken the planet. The question isn't whether agriculture was worth it. Without it, you wouldn't exist to ask. The question is, what comes next? Because the agricultural revolution isn't over. It's accelerating. And the decisions we make in the next 50 years will determine whether farming continues to build civilization, or whether it becomes the thing that finally breaks it. So the next time you eat a sandwich, remember, you're not just eating food. You're eating 12,000 years of human ambition, innovation, suffering, and triumph. The greatest invention, the deadliest trap, the only reason you're alive, and the revolution is far from over. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, I'll see you next.